family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop.
We'll
We
be
will
as bright
not
as the
stop.
sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this?
know.
Now you cannot go
Baby,
again.
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in, you guys. I didn't think I was gonna make it today. I'm glad you guys is here. Let me see who's in the building. We're gonna talk about missing people for a minute. This is okay. Since just 1 year ago, and I've been looking, just trying to see what happened and everything because it's in the same area where the young cat came up missing on New Year's Day. And I'm just trying to get a feel of what's going on down there in North Carolina. But anyway, hey, Tina Powers, how you doing? She was first in the building. Then we got Freddie Johnson. We got Amari in the building. Nancy LaRose, what's going on? What's going on? We got Sanja Watts. Ruby Turner. Yes, and we got Marie Perkison. Well, not Perkison, but Perkins. Maria Perkins. That's who we got in the building. We got C6 in here. How you doing, C6? What is going on? Freddie Johnson. Hey, Freddie, how you doing? So what's going on? She said, what's up? What's up? So you guys, I was looking at this case and then I noticed that it said the young lady's name was Marissa Carmichael, and she came up missing January the 14th last year. And so I want to go back because I want to know what happened. Did they find this young lady? I'm gonna give you the ifs and buts, and I was just looking at it. I had a headache yesterday, and I had one today. I finally, I just took me medication, and I feel a little bit better, but I'm trying to get some stuff done that I couldn't get done in the last week because we've been snowed in and just only thing we've been trying to do is survive. We've been, digging cars out the snow and getting cars fixed and trying to get people home. I had to help some people, get home. They didn't have, no money, and people like, oh, SB, you gave somebody some money. No, I cashed out them a little $10-12, something like that, so that they can get home. And they called an Uber, and they did get home. But yeah, I think the person was trying to just play it a little bit, but whatever. Nevertheless, I'm only can do it once. You know what I'm saying? They can look at me and say, I got no way home. I don't know what to tell you. I just keep walking. But I just thought to myself, $12 ain't nothing, So let me tell you about this case, you guys, because, so I was looking in this case, and at the beginning of this case, I did not know, had they found the young lady. It's been a whole year, but actually, when I started, just looking at what all has happened, then, we never did hear anything. And if anybody got any information on it, please let me know. But this young lady, on January the 13th, she came up missing. So what actually happened, you guys, was they say, so check this out. So sometimes you got to look at stuff like this and see what actually happened. So it says, I'm trying to read this. And it says a 25-year-old young lady, her name is Marissa Carmichael, was last seen at an ex-con gas station in Greensboro on January the 14th, 2024, just before 4 a.m. She called 911 to report that the phone had been stolen and she's been left at the gas station on East Market Street. Now, then it says, I don't know where I am in Greensboro, she had said in the 911 call. That's what she said in the 911 call. She said she didn't know where she was at. My stuff thrown out the car, and he took off with my phone, and I have no clue where I am at. Now, I want you guys to picture something. So this is what she says. My stuff is thrown out the car at the Textron, at this gas station, and she said she didn't know where she was at, okay? Then she says, then I'm trying to read this. She says, where police go, oh God. This is hard trying to read this. I'm going to try to find another one because that one is just driving me freaking crazy. I'm just, I just can't. Okay. Sarah Carmichael has been looking for her daughter Marissa for 5 days. The last communication she had with her was a text message at 5 a.m. where she was asking for help the day she went missing. I'm just scared for her. Is she cold? Is she hungry? Is she hurt? I know she's scared. Is she confused? Is she trying to think? She's like me. She's a thinker. She's a planner. To get away. Family member says she went out to the 117th lounge and then later went to an Airbnb for an after party. After that, she was dropped off. She was dropped off at an Exxon on East Market Sunday morning. She was dropped off, they say. There's no way possible that I could not be out here every day. My kids been with me twice in Greensboro looking for her for hours on end, and I have my babies with me looking for her, said cousin. Her cousin has been organizing community searches parties for this last few days in hope to find Marissa. Her family says she would never just leave, especially because she is a mother of 5 children. So this young lady has 5 children. I'm just giving y'all some of some of the things. Excuse me. Oh Lord. And it still ain't went away. So she reached out to Greensboro Police Department, but they said that the investigation, thank you, is going on. Phew. Ooh. I would just, if you have any heart, just let her go. Let her go. Let her walk out. She'll find her way home. She'll find help. Just let her go. That's all. Just let her go, said her mother. Melissa was last seen wearing a colorful t-shirt, blue jeans, and a white sneaker. Okay, a t-shirt, blue jeans, and white sneaker on January the 14th. Now, I don't know if it was cold. It would be cold. She went to a party late at night. You know, a t-shirt. Okay. Marissa, she has long black and blonde braids with a butterfly-shaped tattoo near her eye. And then they give information. Have you seen her or anything? Okay. That was that. Then they have this. She was missing for 2 months. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's a reason why I want to share this with you. But it's weird how I can't get this. I mean, you know, it wanna pop up like no. But let me share this part with you. Okay? So, because thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are the best. Lisa Taylor in the building. Ace Woman in the building. Bev is in the building. So let me share this with you, because they mark 1 month since her disappearance. So after 1 whole month, the family of Marissa say they are devastated as they mark 1 month. So now it's February 2024. Her disappearance. A mother of 5. So it says Carmichael vanished on January the 14th from an Exxon gas station in the 800 block of East Market, Greensboro, shortly after making a distress call to 911. Police said in a statement on Tuesday night that they have reviewed surveillance footage that shows Carmichael getting into the car of a man at the Exxon gas station where she was last seen shortly after she called 911. So they have footage of her getting in the car. Now I wonder, was she forced or what? So these things, like I said, let's just look at some of the things that they're saying. So Carmichael called 911 from the Exxon gas station and told the dispatcher that a man drove off with her cell phone, leaving her stranded. According to a recording of the call obtained in the call, Carmichael asked police for help finding a ride home. Carmichael's younger sister and only sibling, Emma, shared emotional message with ABC on Tuesday night, hoping it would reach her sister. If Marissa is possibly seeing this, you know for a fact that we're not going to stop looking for you. We're never going to stop looking for you until you are found safely. The kids are worried about you. The kids miss you so much. We're going to drive ourselves crazy looking for you. But we are going to find you, and whoever has her, you are just evil. Okay. So Sarah Carmichael, Melissa's mother, who filed a missing police report, told ABC News that the family is devastated and believes that her daughter is being held against her will. Police declined comment on whether they believe foul play is involved, saying it's an ongoing matter, but they urged the public in a statement on February the 6th to share any information about Marissa Carmichael's whereabouts and said that they have received limited leads in this case and were doing increasingly concerned for her welfare. According to the police, Metro 911 at 3:40 a.m. on January the 14th from the Exxon, and told the dispatch that a man who took her phone left her there. So she made the phone call at 3:40 in the morning and said, a man dropped me off here and took my phone. She asked police to help her find her way to get home. Gifford Metro Dispatch Police Department at 419 dispatched the police department at 4:19 a.m. Police said, but when an officer arrived at 4:21, Carmichael had already left the immediate area. Sarah Carmichael expressed frustration about the police response after she reported her daughter missing on the afternoon of January 14th, saying that she was told she had to wait 48 hours because consider her daughter a missing person. Police didn't even start doing anything until the middle of the week. By then, I had already been to the Airbnb. I had already been to the Exxon. My own investigation, Sarah Carmichael said. Now they're taking it serious, but those first few days are critical. Sarah Carmichael said that the family last saw Marissa on Saturday, January the 13th. They were with her all day, but since January the 14th, her daughter, an avid social media user, has not been active on her account and her phone has been turned off. Okay? Her phone's been turned off. I don't think we've got to. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get caught up and see what happened to this young lady. Because, see, there's a lot of things that's just not even adding up already. According to Sarah, on the night before her disappearance, Marissa told her sister Emma that she was going to the club. She reportedly asked Emma not to tell their mother because she didn't want her to wear it. Okay. Sarah Carmichael said after talking to her daughter's friend, she learned that Marissa went to 117 Sofa Bar and Lounge and then later went to an Airbnb for an after party, after which she was dropped off at the Exxon station. When I woke up around lunchtime, this is her mother. Now this is where things are starting to get tricky. When I woke up around lunchtime Sunday, January the 14th, and she wasn't home, and then I found out she didn't go to work, and that's just not like her at all. Okay, she wasn't home. She's 25. She's got 5 kids. She's still staying with mom, but she's partying. And mom is going to be mad if she knew she went out. 25. Okay. But she's got 5 kids. She's got 5 kids. Okay, so mom says when she woke up around lunchtime. So mom didn't wake up until noon. Well, who got the kids? Okay. I digress, you guys. She added that she also grew more suspicious about her daughter's whereabouts because she noticed missed calls from an unfamiliar number at around 5 a.m. and thought it could have been Marissa trying to reach her. However, when she contacted the number, okay, here we go. She said she had a concerning conversation over text with someone who tried to reassure her that Marissa was okay. He told me Marissa's asleep. How would she know it's a he? Unless he told, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what's going on, soldier girl? She said keep her in her prayers. She done caught something. Hopefully it's just a common cold. But we gonna pray for you. She said, he told me Marissa was asleep, and then I said, let me speak to her. And then he said, well, she walked up to the store, and then he just kept, any reason to not get her on the phone. Sarah Carmichael said. Hold on. She said she had a text message with this person. And then mom's like, well, let me speak to her. Well, he was giving me all. So I said, well, what's the address that I can come or send somebody to get her? And the address that he sent me was a sheet store. And she was not at no sheet store. She was nowhere to be found. Sarah Carmichael said that the family set up a GoFundMe account. Okay. We're getting somewhere. She said, yeah, there's a lot of excuses going on. We was getting somewhere. So Sarah Carmichael said the family set up a GoFundMe account and hoped to raise money to hire a private investigator. Okay. I feel like if I'm not spending my time investigating searching, that I'm failing her, she said. There's days I just don't want to get up out of bed. I just don't want to do life, but I have to. She needs help. She needs us, and I have to finance her. Now, I'm just going to let you guys know, the young lady is very beautiful. She's mixed. It looks like she's mixed with black and white, and her mom's probably white, and then her dad is probably black. Carmichael is described as a 5'4" biracial. Oh, okay, now they're going to tell us. See, all this whole entire time, for the first day to the first month, you could see the posters that she was biracial. But now they're giving us a description. She's biracial female and approximately 260 pounds. 260? Okay, little mama. 5'4", 260. With long black and blonde braids, police said. She also has a heart tattoo on her face and a butterfly near her eye. She also has a heart tattoo on her face and a butterfly near her eye, and was wearing a white Tweety Bird t-shirt, blue jeans, and yellow sneakers when she was last seen. Okay, now I want to know, that was, that was February, so that's a whole month had went by. Okay. But was there any updates on this young lady? Okay, here's March. January, February, March. 2 months. Okay. Okay. So, update of Melissa Carmichael. Okay, now let me see. So this is an update at July. So now you got 7 months. It says you know I guess they just stopped looking for her. They never did find the young lady. Okay, she's a big girl. Okay. She's mixed. She's got very, very easy identifying Tweety, not a Tweety bird, but a heart and a butterfly on her face. I want to see what this says. Surveillance. Carmichael getting into someone's car and leaving leaving the station. That person, so they talked to the person that she got in the car with, has been identified, okay, and interviewed by police, but they consider the person a witness to the case. Okay. That's crazy. I have my moments where I fall apart. That's the mother talking. Biracial woman who is around 5 foot, weighs about 260. She has a heart tattoo on her face and a butterfly. Police say anybody who knows something about where Marissa. No, she's a. That was July, you guys. This is in Greensboro, North Carolina. Greensboro. This been 6. So it's been a whole year now. So I was giving you guys the update. Let me see if there's anything. I don't see no updates on this woman. So wow, maybe this is yeah, it's been a year. I was giving y'all the information and I don't see no updates on it. Because you kind of think, okay, we're gonna run into, oh, we found her, she was deceased, or she's in a home and not know. See, these stories that's coming out of Greensboro do not make sense to me. And like I said, so this man, this 260-pound woman, 260 pounds woman done came up missing.
in Greensboro. Okay? Okay. I'm just gonna say, who was last seen with her and what's the investigation progress? That's what I'm saying. There is no investigation progress. Let me see something. Okay, let me see. See this stuff that comes up. She's a pretty girl. So Melissa's mother thinks her daughter is a victim of sex trafficking. Sex trafficking, okay? Okay. And so somebody says, is she living under a new identity? Only the photo reminds her of her. She can turn the littlest thing into a lot of fun. Okay. Her mother believes it was part of a setup to leave Melissa stranded and vulnerable in the 911 call. So Melissa went to this party at an Airbnb, got dropped off at the ex-con, but the man that dropped her off threw her stuff out the car, took her car, but she had a phone. So she got in the car with someone else. Okay. I don't know where I am. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone and I don't have my car, she told. The Greensboro police arrived 40 minutes later. The clerk said Marissa had gotten a ride with a customer. Her mother said Marissa tried to call her 2 times that night from someone else's phone. She gave the number over to the police. Think when she was reaching out and calling, she was figuring out, okay, he's really may be not bringing me home at this point. I think she was starting to get a feeling. Friends and family are working to keep attention to the case. Okay. Marissa's loved ones, law enforcement respond. Police released an update on Facebook saying the department is increasingly concerned. Okay, they're concerned now. Okay. Hey, woke to God. So, even though she's 260 pounds, got 5 kids. Okay. I don't know. She got distinctive tattoos on her face. She definitely a pretty girl. Even with all the cameras around, So that's the weird thing. So they got this guy that picks her up, and they done talked to him and said he's a witness. Well, where did you drop her off at? If he's just a witness, where did he drop her off at? That doesn't even make sense to me. Oh, he's just a witness. We got all these cameras around. She got in the car with this guy. And then they got... So Crime Stoppers is renewing calls for information about a young woman who went missing in a post shared in Greensboro Police Department Facebook. Okay, police arrived at Exxon and she was not there. I don't know where I am in Greensboro, she said, according to the 911. I just got all my stuff thrown out of the car. So she went to the party. So when she went to the party, she drove. And then she ended up at Exxon filling station. And so somebody threw her stuff out the car and took her phone. So then another guy comes, and I guess gives her a ride, let her use his phone, but don't take her home. Okay? So the footage shows Carmichael getting into someone's car and leaving the station. That person has been identified and interviewed by police, but they consider them a witness. Carmichael's family has spent the last few weeks working hard to find any information. Oh, she's a pretty girl. Uh-huh. I think she trusted the wrong person or something, her mother says. Carmichael is described. Okay, she was last seen wearing a Tweety Bird shirt, yellow sneakers. I'll have my moments where I fall apart and I just can't function. Then I just kind of have to pick myself up and put myself back together again. Just focus on Marissa. Sarah said, I just want her home so I can shut the world out and take care of her and get her to where she needs to be. Anyone? Let me see what this mother is saying here. They got a little post here with a mother. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh, hold on, you guys. It's on my Bluetooth, so y'all can't hear it. Okay.
She needs help, so I have to save her life.
Okay, here we go.
Exxon gas station. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance remain a mystery.
Greensboro police officers post updates on social media to make sure this stays top of mind and they can get as much help as possible. If you have any information about Marissa Carmichael's disappearance, that could be the break they need right now. So Fox 8's Natasha Liquor updating us on this. She caught up with both investigators and family members today. Natasha, what are investigators saying about what they know so far?
Well, Greensboro police say this is still an active investigation, even though they stay tight-lipped about the timeline on this case. They do say they spoke with the witness who was last seen with Carmichael. Now, family members remained hopeful that she can be found soon.
She needs help, so I have to save her life. She is still, even at 25, my baby.
Wednesday marks 1 month since Marissa Carmichael, a mother of 5, disappeared. Since then, her mother, Sarah Carmichael, hasn't stopped searching for her daughter.
It's hard to put certain feelings into words when I've never felt this way. And it's like every minute, if I'm not doing something concerning to Marissa.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at the mother, and I can tell you guys, Marissa's mother is maybe, I'm not saying she's a drug addict today, but you can tell that she used to be. You could tell by her whole demeanor.
I feel like I'm failing her some way.
Sarah says she's held searches, handed out flyers, and is doing everything in her power to find her daughter. She is trying to stay positive, but with each passing day, that gets harder.
I will have my moments where I fall apart and I just can't function. And then I just kind of have
She
to
got one tooth,
pick myself up
bottom
and
tooth.
put myself back together and just focus on Marissa.
But she's
Carmichael
at a
was
house.
last seen at an Exxon on East Market Street in Greensboro. Police say Carmichael called 911 from the gas station and told police a man stole her phone and left her there. When officers arrived, Carmichael wasn't there. Greensboro police say they have surveillance video showing Carmichael getting into a car and leaving the gas station. They've declined to release that video, and after numerous requests made by Fox 8. Detectives say they've interviewed the driver of that car, who is considered a witness in this case.
I just want her home so I can shut the world out and take care of her and get her to where she needs to be with what ordeal ever she's going through right now.
And if you have any information on where Carmichael is or any tips that could help this case, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers and Greensboro Police Department. Live in Greensboro, Natasha LaGuerre, Fox 8 News.
Just a reminder, you can remain anonymous with those tips. Natasha, thank you.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we're all caught up on what supposed to have appeared or claimed to be. I mean, what do you guys think about it? If her stuff was thrown out, why go to a party? No, she went to the party first. So what they're saying is she told her sister, "Hey, don't tell mom." Now remember, she's 25 years of age. Don't tell mom, but I'm going to go to a party. I don't want mom to worry. So she went to an Airbnb party. Okay? Airbnb. She's 260. Biracial. Very pretty. 2 tattoos on her face. 5 kids. So, at 3:14 in the morning, she calls the police. She doesn't call her mom and say, "Hey, mom, come and get me." She calls the police and say, "Hey, my car was taken, my phone was taken, but they threw everything out of my car." And then another car comes up and allegedly let her use the phone and let her use the phone. She tries to call her mom a couple of times. She doesn't call the police at any of those times. Because I would have called 911 and say, "Hey, mom, my car was taken." And even they'd be like, "Hey, this is a," and they could have made sure that, she was on a speakerphone. Okay. But then the mother, remember saying there was a call that came to her phone that she called, she texted the person, and the person was saying, "Marissa's asleep. Marissa's okay. She walked to the store." So Marissa's with somebody. But he wouldn't let her, and she said it was a guy. Oh, who was at the party who knew her? Well, exactly. We don't have that. I'm thinking, with this, to be honest with you, with this being an old case, Um, hmm. You would think there would be more, right? Did they just stop looking for this young lady? Or what's done happened? You know? Let me see. This is kind of bothering me. See. So in July, she's been missing for 7 months. And then that's it. When she called the police, why didn't she call mom? Exactly. You guys, so, the weirdest thing about this whole case is when, I don't know if there's let me see if there's wait. So normally, if they have
inside the investigation and the search for answers. You are a very big part of what we do, and many of the cases that we cover come from you. And by watching and sharing each of these stories, you offer the families and friends of the missing hope that their loved one's case gets solved. I want to give you a closer look at this week's case, and it takes us to North Carolina, the town of Greensboro. It has been almost a month since Marissa Carmichael vanished. She is 25 years old. She is a mother of 5, and her family and police are growing increasingly concerned for her safety. I want to give you a closer look now at her case.
I could go. Let me go on my video. Oh, we're at the beach, me and Marissa on that picture. Really close.
Holding back tears, Sarah Carmichael scrolls through some of her favorite memories.
She'll make people laugh. She can turn like the littlest thing into a lot of fun.
She says her daughter, Marissa, has always been like a best friend.
We always kept in touch. We never went more than hours without being in touch.
Until the early morning of January 14th. The 25-year-old had gone to the 117 Sofa Bar and Lounge in Greensboro, North Carolina with friends. At some point, the friends left, texting Marissa, "See you in the AM." And Marissa reportedly got a ride to an after-hours party at this home. Police crime scene technicians later scoured the home for any evidence about what...
Hold on, did they just say she got a ride to the after-hour party? They just said she got a ride to the after-hour party. If she got a ride to the after-hour party, how did somebody took her car? Oh, it's just not adding up, you guys. It's not adding up. She said, I'm not trying to be funny, but she is a big girl with 5 children. I would have called home. Who was with her besides the young lady? And what did the young lady say about her? But yeah, woke the guy said yes. She said because her friends left her. Remember? Now how did? Oh no, I'm just. Come on. Y'all gotta make.
What happened?
Hold on.
To Marissa, the only thing known for certain
She placed a 911 call around 3:40 in the morning from this Exxon.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at. I have no numbers.
Her mom now believes it was part of a setup to leave Marissa stranded.
She says, he threw all my stuff out of the car. I don't know where I'm at. I don't have my stuff. Now you got dropped off. Remember you remember she caught a ride to the party. And now she probably was doing some stripping, you guys. And he done took her car. No. She got dropped off, remember? Oh Lord.
Stranded and vulnerable.
He told me to come into the store and grab and took off on me, and I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my phone.
When Greensboro police arrived 40 minutes later, the clerk said Marissa had gotten a ride with another customer. Her mother says Marissa tried to call her 2 more times that night from someone else's phone. She turned that number over to police.
And I think when she was reaching out and calling, she was figuring out, okay, he's really maybe not bringing me home at this point.
Friends and family gathering in orange t-shirts, Marissa's favorite color, pledging to keep attention on her case.
It's exhausting. It really is. It's tiring. We just want her home. We miss her.
She's very optimistic. She's just a great person all the way around. And we just need to get her home. We just need to get her home.
Police released an update on Facebook February 7th, saying the department is increasingly concerned for Marissa's welfare. Sarah Carmichael, frustrated. She says with all the cameras on Century around the Exxon, how can police not know more about the person who took her daughter?
Amazing how he just showed up at the Exxon as soon as she had been dumped out by the other guy.
She says she's done her own investigation and believes the man Marissa left the Exxon with may be involved in sex trafficking, and her daughter is still nearby, alive. She hopes someone will spot Marissa's distinctive tattoos and make the call that returns the young mom of 5 to her family. Until then, a message for her daughter.
I'm not giving up. I'm working every day. We're looking for you. We're trying to find you. We're not giving up.
Even though she's a big girl,
all right,
she's
I want to
pretty.
share with you a timeline now of the night Marissa went missing. This is from police. At 11:43, she texts with her friends. At 2 a.m., she gets a ride to that party. And then at 3:40, this is when Marissa places that call to 911. Fast forward to 4:20, Marissa is gone, but then again at 5:08, she makes another call. This time the phone call comes from a different number to her mom. Marissa has not been seen since. That was January 14th. We are now more than a month later. I want to welcome in Stuart Kaplan. He is joining us now, former FBI special agent and attorney, to talk more about this case and also what police are saying publicly about the investigation. Stuart, the gas station that night is such a critical element of this case. Any surveillance camera, where do you start if you're investigating Marissa's disappearance?
Thank you for having me, Marnie. Well, the first thing I would do is you got to unpack this from the beginning. Let's just start with her going out that night. Who was she communicating with? Who did she talk to? Who she was texting? Who did she receive text from? And then, of course, we're going to go to the place, the original party, I guess, that she went to. Try to identify who she went to the party with, who she was socializing with. Was there any alcohol? Was there any drugs being used? Was there any suspicion that she may have all of a sudden her behavior started to become erratic, meaning is there a possibility someone spiked her drink? And then, of course, we learned that she was then seen at some sort of club. And so the question is, how did she get from the party to the club? who was she with at the club at 2 o'clock in the morning? Again, we want to unpack that, try to identify those individuals. And then, of course, we'll start. We don't know how she left that club at some point and then ended up at the Exxon gas station, and where that Exxon gas station is in relation to where that club is. I think we are still unaware of where, quote unquote, that club is located in proximity to the Exxon station. There's a lot of, Marnie, and again, to be sensitive to the family, there's a lot of inconsistencies here. There are a lot of things that are not necessarily measuring up.
Right.
And if I could just touch upon one of the things, obviously, I think that's a little concerning to me is, and I think you touched upon it, that at 3:40 in the morning, she does call 911, does speak to a operator, through the emergency assistance line. Excuse me. And then it's not till 39 minutes later do the police actually end up going to the Exxon station. Of course, that 39 minutes, obviously, the police haven't addressed, nor maybe they haven't been questioned or challenged as to why it took them 39 minutes to respond in connection with that 911 call. But here's where I think the story starts to unravel, and there are some inconsistencies, and you have to wonder whether or not this is more related to a boyfriend, girlfriend type of scenario. Police now have come out and said, we have in fact identified and spoken to the person that was observed on video surveillance at the Exxon station driving away with Marissa in the car.
Okay.
Now, if you go back to the 911 call, and if you listen to the recording, she alleges that her stuff is thrown all over the car. I believe she says that the person took her phone, and in some way there is the insinuation that that person leaves her there without her personal belongings and without her phone.
Right.
I can tell you, Marnie, with respect to local, state, and federal law enforcement in this day and age, with very sophisticated technology that would be available and utilized in concert with the FBI or the United States Marshal Service, we can easily and readily identify cell phone activity, especially at this hour of the morning where there's not a lot of cell phone being used in this area. And so we would easily be able to probably identify who had cell phones, what their numbers are, who the subscriber is, and be able to target those phones and readily identify them. The interesting thing also is that the police do not identify the person who is driving the car, even though they identify him as being a witness.
Right.
That witness is critical. Where did he take her? Where did he drop her off?
Okay.
Who was with her? Was there other people when he got to the destination? What is that destination? What's the relevancy? What's the connection? I just think, Marty, in this particular case, there's a lot of inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sympathetic. I'm hopeful. It just is not all measuring up to be this type of hypothesis that she may have been the victim of sex trafficking.
Exactly.
So what you're getting at here, Stuart, and I want to just back up a little bit. I mean, police understandably in all of these cases keep quite a bit close to the vest, right? There is a lot that they want to maintain integrity of the investigation, but you seem to be alluding to the fact that they probably know a lot more because of the investigative tools at their disposal than they are able to share with the family and with the public. How concerned are you with the time now, a month later, and still no word? There have been searches in the public. People have shown up at different areas, and there's been no sign or no update.
So, to your point, Marnie, and if you remember, you and I spoke, I think last year, I believe it was in Georgia, when there was an allegation that some woman was taken off a busy highway, and we saw that scenario unfolded and unraveled very quickly when, in fact, the woman showed up at home and it was a hoax. It was a make
Carly.
Story.
Where's Carly?
Law enforcement, to some extent, and your viewers have to understand this, Marissa Carmichael is an adult, and if in fact they're able to identify her or locate her or talk to her, she does have that right to tell law enforcement to remain silent and just to leave it where it's at. I think one of the interesting investigative things that are not happening, in particular with this case, is the FBI, the United States Marshal Service, has a huge presence in North Carolina. And I can tell you that the men and women of the FBI, and certainly the men and women of the United States Marshal Service, especially in the Fugitive and Apprehension Task Force, which is the greatest of the greatest because of the amount of technology that they now have at their disposal. These are very typical agencies to step up and assist local law enforcement in the apprehension or identification or assistance in these type of investigations. I don't see that. And so that's a little bit of a red flag to me. Does local law enforcement have what they need, or have they been able to identify what the issues are? And they're just going to kind of sit on this because, quite frankly, maybe this is born out of a bad relationship, and they're just going to allow it to play out. Now, again, they've been very close to the vest with respect to this witness who they say they've talked to. He acknowledges the fact that he drove her from the gas station to some unknown location. What is that location? Where is that location? Who was at that location? That is a critical component, piece of the puzzle that law enforcement has not volunteered to us, and there obviously is a reason.
Yep.
All right, so you are less inclined to believe, which is the family's theory, that there is some form of human trafficking going on here. We'll see where the investigation leads us. Stuart Kaplan, former FBI special agent attorney. Hey, listen, buddy, I appreciate you digging in on this case with us. I hope that it results in a positive outcome for this family and some answers. Thank you, sir, for your time. I want to let you know at home that family and friends have set up a Facebook page for Marissa. It's Bring Marissa Carmichael Home. Right now, they've got more than 1,000 members or so who are on that. And there's also a GoFundMe for the family that they've set up, and they would like to try and pay for a private investigator to get more information about this case. Let's show you again Marissa Carmichael. This is her picture. If you have any information that can help police in this case, you can see some of her recognizable tattoos over here. And then again, the image that her family is showing. She's 25 years old, a mother of 5, and family and police telling us that they are increasingly concerned for her safety. You can call the Greensboro Police Department or Crime Stoppers at 336-373-1000. I want to bring your attention now to next week's case in our missing series. We're going to revisit a case that we have covered before. It is the disappearance of a young man named Jason Landry. And I want you to take a look over here at Jason's face. He is a college student. He was attending Texas State University on...
Okay. So you guys, it's been a year. This is what I was telling you. So all the things that we just spoke about as we was unraveling this whole case is all the inconsistencies that are not making sense. She gets dropped off. First of all, we looked at, she's 25. Okay, she got 5 kids. Okay. If you give her a kid each year, so she's, okay, once you've had 2 kids and you're not married, that's going to give you a look. People get mad at me because they be like, OSP, no, you be tripping. No, I don't. I had 2 kids out of wedlock. You know what I said? I said, clip those tubes because I'm making bad decisions, mistakes, and I'm getting caught up in it. Not that I don't want nobody to see. I would love to have more kids, but I can't take care of the ones I got. I'm making, I'm making bad decisions. Even I don't know how my last child came. It's just, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but, let's call it a spade a spade. I was 26 at the time, so, I was still doing stuff I had no business probably doing. But this woman got 5 kids before she was even 25. 5 kids. 5 kids. And then they set up a GoFundMe for an investigation, not for the kids. Like, you partying and you got 5 kids. You partying. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 kids. And then you're sneaking. You told your sister to don't tell mom because I don't want her to worry to go. Well, first of all, I believe that even though that the young lady is 260 pounds, I believe she's doing some type of work or service. You know what I'm saying? She's getting some money for doing a little, I don't know, dance or, you know, probably just being friendly to some gentlemen or something. She's very good looking, very pretty, you know. I'll say she's very pretty, you know. Yeah. Regardless, she's 260, she's pretty. You know how they do prostitutes. You know what they do to them when, you know, like they don't want to pay or something. So that's why I think the mom said, Sarah said, I think she's sex trafficking. She's being sex trafficked. Well. She's being sex trafficked. Okay. She's trying T9 mail that money. T-Pain, T9 mail that money. I don't know what you mean. Let me quit chewing these chips. I gotta finish cooking, you guys, because I'm getting hungry. Some females have babies just to stay on programs of assistance. To make that money, seems like she got in the wrong car. No, I don't believe that. Freddie said, seems like she got in the wrong car. I don't believe that at all. I'm telling you. Because remember the guy? Remember somebody text the mother. Well, I guess they called the mother. And I guess she didn't get the phone call. So she said she was texting him. And I thought to myself, how does she know him? How did she know it was a him? She could have said he persuaded me to think it was a he, but how do you know it's a him? She said he wouldn't let me talk to her. She was asleep. She went to the store. That don't make sense to me. And then the police done figured out who picked her up. And they ain't said where he dropped her off at or why he's just a witness now and he's not a suspect. How is he just a witness now? So then the family set up a GoFundMe to hire an investigator. Haven't heard nothing about, I mean, it would have popped up that, something would have been on Facebook about her. Nothing popped up, you guys. I put her name in, nothing popped up. So, they wasn't trying to go national. And then when I was looking at the cousin and the cousin was talking like, we just want to bring her home. He put his head down and I thought to myself, there's some shame there. When I say shame, mean like don't look at my eyes. Like usually when you need help, you kind of get really aggressive. Your eyes buck out and you be like, yeah, my cousin's missing. You look at the camera and you don't even know that you're looking at the camera. You're looking like you're talking to a particular person and you be like, she didn't come home. I don't know where she's at. We just want to bring her home. You don't look down and be like, hey, we just want to bring her home. I'm telling y'all, I see the signs of some, I just hate to say it, another Carly. I just hate to say that. I tried to tell y'all, and then I did not know they still ain't found this girl, and it's been a whole year. She ain't came home. She's got 5 kids. She said he took her, he threw her stuff out the car. But he kept her phone. I believe men do that, but it's men that you know. I don't think it's somebody that just don't know her. He probably like but he gonna keep my phone. Here's the thing, this is what the guy was saying, but he didn't just bring it all together for you. So if he kept her phone in the car, threw everything else out, her purse, threw everything out of his car, but kept her phone. So she couldn't call the police right then and right there. Okay. So he kept her phone. He didn't sit there and say, well, let me turn her phone off. He driving. And wherever he drove to with her phone, it pinged. Or why would her phone not ping if he kept her phone? Oh, her phone got turned off. But where was the phone last ping? It couldn't have been right there. Unless she was giving him some service at the ex-con. She's in the car making $40. It could have very well be the person who allegedly picked her up could be connected or a family member of someone who is connected. I'm not talking about the ride we know about, the stranger danger ride. That spiked her drink, maybe. She been worrying her family and not taking care of herself nor family. That phone was connection to police and keeping up with who knew her until he got scared and smarted up, ditched the phone. Freddie said exactly 40. Y'all know about the $40 now. Don't even play with me. Some females have babies just okay. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, so now that you can, even though that this story started January the 14th, it's been a whole year. You look and go, okay, let's go back in. Let's go look at some of the updates, some of the things that the family say. Well, there ain't nobody saying nothing on Facebook. Did they stop the GoFundMe? Did they stop the investigation? I said mom had one tooth on the bottom. That's it. And then when they showed her doing an interview in her home, like I said, I didn't want to say it, she had paneling on the inside. So that lets me know she was standing first outside of a house. And I thought, well, okay. That told me something. I was like, okay, she got a house. Because I could have thought she was trailer. Like she lived in a mobile home or a trailer or something. And then the second interview was inside a house. But it was paneling. And I said, no, she lives in a trailer. She lives in a trailer. My first thought was, Sasha Watts said that 1-2 tells it all. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. She got 5 kids. And you could tell all her kids, since mom is mixed, then all her kids are mixed, but they're mixed now more with African American and not, Caucasian. So all her kids are darker than her. So we know that. So we know that she dates basically, black men. She doesn't really, she had this one daughter, but then that could be on her side of the family. She was more bright skinned, and but most of her kids are darkened. I seen the kids, and they showed the pictures of all the other kids. A picture of her with all her other kids. And I thought to myself, that's kind of strange. Why did you not blur out these kids' face? Those are her kids. Because what if now, I'm just giving you a scenario because you got to look at it and you go, look, here's the thing. This woman been taken. If you think she's been set up, wouldn't somebody be like, I hate her, I don't like her, and I'm going to wipe out her whole family? You just showed the pictures of all her kids. What the heck? What news show pictures of all the kids? Tell me that. Tell me. I want to know. I want to know, no. So that tells me when a news reporter shows pictures of the kids, this is a Carly story. When people be like, no Diddy, we be like, no Carly. No Carly. We can even remember that girl's name. Because she did her thing. She said the right thing, though. I told y'all. I said she said the right thing. She said there was a white baby walking down the highway. She got everybody's attention. Now, if this girl would have said the same thing, I'm just saying, if she would have said so, see, she didn't say the right thing. She didn't say, no Carly, she needs help. I believe that this girl figured, I need to give me some quick money. I'm not making no statement about no baby, especially no white baby. I'm going to tell them, somebody threw me out the car, they going to come look for me. We get a little money, we get some money or something. Y'all go put it on Facebook or whatever. But, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to go somewhere. And she had somebody out. I don't believe she's passed away or anything like that, you guys. Because here's the thing. That's a whole bunch of a person right there. You can't slice that up and put it in a suitcase. That's 260 pounds. That's 260 pounds. That is not no 10, 20, 30 pound child. That's 260 pound person. People of that stature do not just, yeah. She almost 300. And I'm not saying like, she pretty to me. Big is big. It's just the way it is. And what is big? When you hit 200 and more, you're hitting big. That's just the bottom line. I'm almost hitting more than 200. So I'm telling you. And it's just not going by what I think. It's just people be like, you don't know. And, big is beautiful. And nothing wrong with it. And I ain't saying it is. I'm just saying people who is not snatching 260 pound people, especially to sex traffic them. And I'm not saying that they can't. I see big women out there walking the stroll all the time. I'm saying this ain't adding up. That's all I'm saying. And you know what's so funny? I really did. I'm going to get off of here because I want y'all to think about this. But I literally thought I was reading this because of the date. And I said, it is not January the 14th. This is January the 13th. Then I said, this must be a previous year. I didn't know it was just in 2024. Now, that right there kind of surprised me because I was like, well, I thought this was going to be like 2020, 19 or something. And then we can look out the outcome, look how it started and look out the outcome. This is 2024 and it has no outcome yet. It's just, oh, nobody's saying nothing. I guess mama ain't saying nothing. Sister ain't saying nothing. The news, they talked for 7 months. They gave it 7 months. Last time the mama said something was February. 1 month after the girl came up missing. Ain't said nothing after that. Now, the news put an update in July, but they just went over all the information. You know what I'm saying? SP, and she is very light-skinned. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Very pretty, too. And her eyes is brown, but she put in them hazel, not hazel, but the green or the blue contacts. Oh, she just looks like a baby doll out of a... She's pretty. She's pretty. When I say she pretty, she pretty. She got the fat cheeks, and she's pretty. And she ain't got tattoos like big, crazy all over her face. But she got 2 tattoos on her face. And they're not big. You can cover them up with makeup. But she got them, and then she got some on her arm. And I'm like, okay, this girl got tattoos and everything, but she got 5 kids. Okay, you say, well, what's wrong with tattoos? Listen, don't come for the messenger. I'm just trying to give you guys an exercise of, I didn't know, but a case that's still open. Her name is Marissa Carmichael. And if you want to know how it's spelled, it is Marissa. Car and then Michael. CarMichael. So this says law enforcement's response to Marissa Carmichael's disappearance. Update on Facebook saying the department is increasing surveillance footage. I keep hitting this surveillance. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. In a post shared to the Greensboro Police Department Facebook page. Let me see here. See, I hit some of this stuff to see what's up. This Wednesday will mark 1 month since Miss Marissa Carmichael was reported last seen at an Exxon station in the 800 block in Greensboro on January the 14th. Miss Carmichael contacted the police and told a dispatcher that a man took her phone and left her there. Usually, when you're independent self sex trafficking, that's what people do to you. They'll take stuff. And I think that's probably what went on there when the police got there at 4:19. So she called at what was it? Was it 3:40? So yeah, that's 40 minutes later to check on her welfare. They arrived at 4:21 and discovered she had left the immediate area. And in the store clerk told them that she left with somebody. Okay, so she probably was working that beat. You know what I'm saying? She's probably in a trucker's truck or something. She probably went, did a little. That's why they probably saying, "Oh, he's just a witness," because she probably went and had sex with him, and then he left her somewhere and got proof that he left her somewhere. And in that, they're not telling you the last. In surveillance footage obtained, Carmichael was seen getting into a vehicle and leaving the gas station. Detectives have identified and interviewed the driver of the vehicle, who is currently considered a witness in this case. While continuing further investigation work, we want to show our appreciation to those. Please see the attached flyer for information. No ill intent, just a question. Why did it take so long for someone to get dispatched to her? And which is weird. If you were just robbed and left stranded somewhere, why wouldn't you want the police to come to you? That's what's not adding up to me. Need to offer one during the day for people that can't drive at night or don't like being out there. And the Greensboro police is mixed. You've got, I'm looking at some of them, and I'm looking at this group picture, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black. I mean, so it's mixed. It's mixed all over. It's diverse. So you can't say, oh, awesome group of people. Thank you for doing. Okay. So there's that high point. I would not live down there in North Carolina. Like I said, I got a friend down there, and that's all they say. That's all they say. They don't say anything. January 23rd, it's been 10 days, the mother of 5 kids. She was last wearing a white Tweety Bird shirt, blue jeans, and yellow sneakers. Okay. At Exxon, she called 911 and told dispatchers that she'd been robbed. Since then, no one has heard from her. Friends and family went out Tuesday searching clues in her disappearance. I barely get any sleep, her friend said. The two worked together, laughed together, and supported each other. She's very sweet. She's loving. She'll give you a shirt off her back. She's always been there for somebody that's going through a lot. Lifford spends her free time putting up flyers in Carmichael's photo. It doesn't feel like it's not real. It doesn't feel like it's not real. Why would somebody do this to her? She's a sweet girl. She loves everybody. Okay. I'll try to get some more information, you guys, okay? And we'll stay in touch. Let me get some stuff done today. I've been sleeping half the day. And we will chat about this Wednesday, all right? Just food for thought. If anybody find anything, let me know. Send it my way. And we can check it out, all right? Because I don't know how this thing works here. This is crazy. All right, you guys, be good, be safe, and be nice to each other.